Okay, just setting up. Okay, just setting up. Okay. How's the sound? Okay. How's the sound? Okay, how about now? I've reduced the gain quite a bit. Okay, how about now? I've reduced the gain quite a bit. Okay, how about now? I've reduced I had to increase it quite a bit during the Neo 3 video. Okay, how's this? Okay, this all seems in order. I'm also doing this one in 30 frames per second today because I had people complaining about stream freezes the other night. Uh, so we'll see if doing it 30 frames per second makes any difference. I honestly don't think it will. And honestly, I didn't see any freezing in my stream. Like I have the stream running on another monitor, and it's fine. I never saw it freeze all night long. So, but we'll see if the 30 frames will make a difference. I know it's not going to look too great, but then again, these videos didn't look that great in the first place. So, I don't have the best equipment at the moment. Just starting out in the whole streaming space, so. And decent capture cards, like ones that aren't just cheap Chinese junk that burn out after a week or two, cost hundreds of dollars. So I don't know what these people are talking about when they talk about getting cheap capture cards. The only ones I saw that didn't have like a million crap reviews were at least $50, $100 each. Not saying I can't get one. I'm just trying to. I want to at least like get good at the base, or at least get used to just the basic, concept or of streaming before I start like putting anything into it. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Also, a bit of an announcement for the few people that actually watch my videos, all 10 of you. The regular videos, not the streams. For some reason, my last video for Ninja, Historically Accurate Ninja, and one of the videos for Neo 3 were the video files were corrupted. Don't know why. I've never seen them get corrupted before. Okay, one exception, but like the power went out while the screen was being recorded, so at least that I can understand. In this case, nothing like that happened. So I'm going to have to assume that there's a bit of a risk involved with recording a video while also streaming at the same time may cause a potential corruption. But the stream itself is just fine, so you can always watch that. And I can always use the video from that, but the video quality of the stream is nowhere near as good as the actual recorded video, so. But so for those who care, if you notice anything weird, that will be why. But when that actual video comes out, I may have to splice in some video from Historically Accurate from the actual stream to fill in the blanks. I shouldn't need too much though, because it wasn't that exciting what happened. Neo's a different story. One of my big boss fights there was in that video, was the one that got corrupted. So not the final boss fight. For those who didn't see me, who saw me bail out before beating the final boss of the Neo 3 demo, I did get him eventually. I got him later. And the way I did it was basically like, well, I give my thoughts on it. Basically, I felt more like it was more sheer luck, and it was entirely dependent on the boss using a certain string of attacks that were easy to counter, because without them you couldn't gain enough divine charge to like really do damage to the boss, because otherwise you're just doing chip damage the whole fight, and he just wears you down too fast. It's just too hard to keep up over the course of the fight. But if he uses all his special attacks, then it's possible to gain enough charge to like constantly counter him and do big damage. But if he doesn't, then anyway, that's a problem for Neo 3. This is Elden Ring. It's only related because these are both ninjas. I was playing a ninja in Neo 3, and I preferred the ninja, and I'm doing a ninja now. It's just a funny little coincidence. What was I doing anyway here? I don't quite. It was a week ago. Let's see. I know I'm gonna have to go here. I can speak more loudly now too. I had someone staying over in the guest room, and I couldn't talk as loud as night, so the gain had to have the gain on my microphone way up. So I was actually speaking pretty lowly in those Neo 3 videos, but the mic was so jacked it sounds loud. But now I can speak more plainly. All right, what am I doing? I think I said something about Estelle. I don't really want to. I'd rather do the skip and skip my way into the ice fields, but I'm pretty sure everyone wants to watch me suffer through Gale. He's normally not a big issue, but I can see him being not Gale, what's his name? Neil. I can see him being a real big issue for a ninja build. I'm going to have to do some side questing stuff down here. I haven't done Faramazulu yet, which means I haven't beat Giant yet. But at the same, that could be like a stream in itself, but I know you guys don't want to see me do that. And I guess there's Moog. It's a good possibility that alone will take me a couple hours, because I don't intend to do much more than that. I'm sure if I had played the whole weekend, like I should have, I would be at in the DLC and finish. And honestly, I don't think I can beat Radon with this ninja, which is perfectly okay. This is not a challenge run. This is a build run. If I can't beat Radon with him, then that's okay. And in a way, that's sort of appropriate to what the ninjas are. They were never meant to be straight up fighters against the big bad warrior samurai, right? They couldn't win those fights, or they didn't feel they could win those fights, so they just didn't bother. And so if I get beat up by the big bad warrior, then that's almost like lore, like historically accurate. Nope, couldn't beat the biggest, baddest warrior of them all. So, you know, that's just history playing itself out. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get to the official stuff. Right, hey YouTube, I'm Dave, and welcome back to the Elden Ring historically accurate ninja run. I got a little off the last few days because I was playing another ninja game, Neo 3, the surprise drop demo. So if you watched that, thanks, hope you enjoyed it. But if you decide to stick around for more ninja action, there's a sort of ninja build here I got going here. It's about as historically accurate as I can make it, using the rules and gear found in Elden Ring. And I'm going to avoid doing the whole lecture now because it took a while. But basically, I'll go quickly. So I got the gloves. I think the gloves were right. It's not. Maybe we're getting the light here. There we go. So I think I got the right gloves for the ninjas. I think it was Dolye's gloves. I think I don't have the right shoes, but the Land of Reed's shoes are more white, and I don't want them to be. They're too brightly colored. I know I don't have the right hood. I was actually gonna alter this stuff, but I didn't end up getting around to this until really late. So, but that's okay. It helps with my sneaking stuff, the clothes I have on now. And basically, ninjas didn't actually use swords when they had a choice. 9 times out of 10, they used the short bow, and this was the closest one to what they would actually use. They would sometimes use an actual knife or sword anyway, and the wakizashi is the closest thing to what they had. They actually used tantos, but this is what's in Elden Ring, so this is what I'm using. They had hook claw hands, which they actually used to climb walls and things. These happen to look a lot like the ones they would actually use, so there's my claws. And they were more than happy to use any kind of animal part or tooth or whatever that had a venomous, poisonous quality. So that's what these are. These, I know they're not necessarily actually a head of a beast or serpent or whatever it is, but that's what it is simulating. And they're highly resistant to poison, thus I have to have my poison plus stuff. So, and yes, I got my critical hit, but they weren't really about sneaking up and stabbing people. They were really more about poisons. Thus my whole setup with the poison here. Their actual number one main weapons were actually throwing weapons. They preferred throwing daggers. It was their number one choice. In all instances, they were always more about ranged attacks more than anything. So bows, throwing knives. These throwing knives are the most similar to what they actually look like for real. The throwing daggers, although I do have poison daggers and stuff, I could totally use bone darts and all that. That's actually within range of, within the purview of what they would do, and I got poison grease and, so all this stuff here. And this is probably the most magical-like thing, the poison spray mist. But they did actually have a poison that they chew in their mouths and spit. Or they mostly actually use it to deploy on their swords and stuff, or to be used elsewhere, but they did actually have a poison they would chew and they would spit, and that's sort of what that replicates right there. Okay, that's enough of that. I know I could have been on last night, because I know I didn't do a Neo 3 stream last night, but I had family commitments last night, so I was not available to stream last night, so I'm doing it today. Why did I jump off the horse? So let's get to Neil, although I should probably get the rest of the medallion. What was it called? I don't know, the medallion that gets you in the ice fields. Now I could cheat and jump down here. There's a trick to get down here, but it's hard to pull off. More often than not, it's not gonna. I am so used to using that button in Neo, so I gotta get back to this again. But even if I did try to show you the trick, what usually ends up happening with doing that trick is it's like I have to do it for like 30-40 minutes until I get it right. So, and honestly, when you're this powerful, well, okay, I'm not that powerful, but I'm still pretty strong, even though this is Journey 2, right? So it's +1. Ooh, what is that? Those stupid things. They look like they're purple, but they're just a plant. And they're probably really good. I think they're actually useful in poison making. So it actually applies to me now, but honestly, I haven't really needed the poisons much so far. Yes, I know, we would all love to see me start from level 1 you know, then work my way up. But a lot of these key items in this ninja build are actually fairly late into the game. And I don't want to do that. I don't like spending hours just setting it all up. I'd rather I have more fun just like having the build set and then fighting every meat creature, every boss in the game, rather than there's a whole bunch of bosses I have to fight, like, you know, out of build or not quite right yet, and then I have to beat them, and then I can get to the point where I can get the actual weapons I need. So it's just, I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. I'd rather fight everyone with the build I imagined, even if it means a lot of those early bosses end up being a little too easy. But as I've said in previous streams, don't worry. I'm sure those bosses of the DLC and the final bosses will be more than hard enough. I have not noticed any freezing or anything yet. Yes, I know the 30 FPS sucks, but I'm trying to see if it makes a difference on the... I mean, I know it doesn't really make a difference on the stream quality. But I want to see if it makes a difference for, like, for freezing or anything like that I saw reported last time. Alright, as I was saying, I don't want to do the skip. I don't want to spend 30-40 minutes trying to get it right. It's possible I'll get it done in one jump, but, you know, no point. I'm going to have to go to Neil anyway. I know you guys will want to see me fight Neil anyway. And in truth, Neil is actually the kind of boss that ninjas would not... Or the kind... I shouldn't say boss. The kind of target ninjas would not fight. Like, not in the... not with the circumstances that are presented during the Neil boss fight, where there's, like, he's got... You know, it's him in his castle with, you know, 2 guards with him. They would actually... Well, I'm not going to say they never tried doing that, because keep in mind the source that I use, this is this ninja guy who exists in a real ninja clan. The one of the few that still remain. He'd never do anything like that, right? Maybe they did do it in the past, who knows. I'm not a historian, so don't quote me here as being like, this is all being perfectly accurate. I'm just going on because I thought it'd be a fun idea to try doing like a proper ninja, you know, instead of just weird anime crap. Not that I think anime is crap, I just mean in terms of the craziness that you see in anime. But for the most part, and at least from what that guy in that documentary said, I got the impression they would never do this. They would never sneak into a castle, target like one important... They would target an important general, like military target like that. But they wouldn't just like run to the castle, find him in his room and says, "Haha, we shall kill you now," you know, and then just go after him. They wouldn't do that. There's too much risk involved. Ninjas it was actually incredibly important for ninjas, and keep in mind, I'm aware shinobi is a more accurate term, and there are more accurate terms for ninjas. I'm just using ninja for now, okay? So no one complain. But shinobis and ninjas actually really prided themselves on being able to get in and get out without being seen. It was actually important to the mystique of the ninja. Like, they had a mystique. It was very important that they had this idea that they were treated like ghosts. Like, people weren't even sure if they quite existed or not, or even if they were real, or if they were evil, vengeful spirits, or even protected by demons, right? It was important for them to be viewed that way. So if they just ran into a castle and a few of them happened to get cut down or injured by the guards in the assassination attempt, and they limp out of the castle, and sure, if they got their... Whoops, that hurt. Sure, they got their target, they succeeded on their mission, but now everyone knows it's just some idiots running around in black costumes, you know, and extra dark costumes, you know. That doesn't really help your prestige, your image, right? So they needed that image to know, like, oh my god, the ninjas are coming. Where are they coming from? How are they coming? We don't know where, and when they'll come. No, it's not dark. What are you doing out? Well, I guess that is the moon. No, I'm not fighting a Deathrite bird. I mean, there's one in the DLC. If I need to fight one, I'd rather fight one there, because then I know it'll be more an even level, whereas this one doesn't feel. And plus, ninjas would never fight a magical undead bird. No, I'll do the one in the DLC. I like having all the bosses that are mostly better suited for my level there, because they'll be all definitely around my level. I mean, yes, I'll have shadow fragments to ease them up, but at least it'll be more evenly balanced. Or with him, who knows how it'll go with that one. Plus, like, one in the winter fields, in the ice fields, is actually tougher. He's the one who has their full range of attacks. But no, I'd rather do the one in DLC. Just more organized that way. So I was saying, yeah, it was important for ninjas to feel like there's almost like ghosts, right? So they would never go into a castle like that. I mean, not saying they never did. They probably did. I'm sure they felt like they needed to, or if they were paid enough, because there were some that were basically just ended up being mercenaries, you know, paid assassins. But they didn't actually like doing that. And if they did, they'd probably wait until the guy was like naked and asleep, like out of his armor, alone in his quarters. Or even better, they'd wait till he like, oops, no, I'm not fighting you. You are not interesting enough for me to fight. They would probably wait until the guy went on vacation or something, went out to his cottage or whatever, and then dealt with him. Not when he was in his castle. There's just too many things could go wrong in a castle. Now, you probably think, well, you just ran through this area. You just ran through this one. Yeah, you know, A, it's because, well, I don't want to fight everything. I mean, I know it turns this whole run into more like just a boss rush, but, A, well, I don't want to fight everything, and B, that's how ninjas actually worked, honestly. They could be as quick and as efficient as possible. So at least this time I can say I'm just being accurate. I'll probably still do this with all the other characters, unless there's a build that works with me starting from the very beginning. Something like a barbarian build would actually be possible for that, because with a barbarian, all it really matters is, do I have some kind of shout of some kind and a big weapon, and that'll be possible straight from level 1. So maybe I could do that if I do that build. But right now, I'm leaning towards another. Oh, I'm used to that button for something else. I'm leaning towards doing something else with shouts in a barbarian-like build that's not going to start from level 1. But hey, if you guys want that, you know, let me know. I will accommodate if there's enough interest to do it a certain way. Well, that's not very ninja-like. As it stands right now, this is how I'm doing it. Bugger. Yes, it's more accurate. I'm not being very... Oh, shit. Neo's got me off my timing here. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm actually a little off on some things. A, Neo has thrown me off a bit, and B, actually Neo sneaking was way easier than it is here. And B, the way I was playing Elden Ring, because I was just doing like preparing for these runs, and you know, when preparing for these runs, I just run through everything really fast. I just kill everything. I don't really think. I'm just really reckless, so it's kind of carrying over here at the moment. I'm probably not being too. I'm not being too graceful or ninja-like. I have to get back in. It's probably going to take, though, a really hard boss or section, though, before I start, you know, acting more like a ninja. What the... I don't get why that happens sometimes, where it's like the character animation will get stuck in, like, spinning on its heel. And then you can't move. Anyone saying, well, why don't you use like assassin or lure or shadows or whatever abilities? I'm trying to avoid using anything that can be construed as magic. Okay? And that's, a lot of those abilities are in fact magic, so no magic. That's the point of this. I know it'd be more accurate to like sneak into the castle and play like, you know, and all that stuff, but that's not really an option. I can't actually sneak in the castle. I mean, unless there's some back way I didn't know about to the castle. I don't think there is, though. If there was a back way that would allow me to sneak into the castle more quietly and get around better, then I would have used it. But if there is one, sure, that would be more accurate. But I don't know what it is for this place. Honestly, I haven't gone here too much. over my course of playing the game. I'm probably going to get killed here. I usually just... Oh, shit. No, 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 no. Damn it! I didn't activate the damn grace. How do you just teleport in there? Well, at least I got the shortcut still. What would probably be more accurate would be like the ninja finding the room where the targeted general was, and then... Where was the shortcut for this place? Yeah, I'm so used to pressing a different button now. I completely forget what where that shortcut is. Is there a shortcut? Honestly, I've never ever not get to that grace. It was like the first time in like years that I didn't get to that grace. So I honestly don't remember. God damn it. I gotta go this way again because I just flat out don't remember where the shortcut is. First time in years I didn't reach that grace. But yeah, actual ninjas, they would just... Wait a minute. Maybe I can just do this. Oh, yes I can. I should have just done that earlier. I did not know about that. That would have been a lot smarter. More ninja-like. Can I do it here too? No, I need this grace. Why are you not letting me get in there? I gotta run away until I can get that grace room cleared. Alright, come on, come out. Come out and play. Good boy. Good, I got it. Now I can do whatever. Get killed, run away, I don't care now at this point. So a real ninja would probably just scale the walls. They'd find out what room he was in, and they would just scale the walls, get right to him. There, now I finished that thought. Right. Last time I was playing this, I was working on... I need to get to a light load. So that is much more accurate. But it's taking forever to get there. Maybe I can switch to something more appropriate. Because honestly, I'm not doing any sneaking. I don't want to do any sneaking. I don't like sneaking. I don't like stealth in games. And I'm not doing any stealthing anyway, so I probably shouldn't be bothering with this armor anymore. Let's just get it down until it's... Well, I can't wear that. Fortunately, there's nothing that quite works. I did have a list of things that worked before, but I don't have it now. Nothing's just straight black. It's gotta be black. What would it take to even get me down to 32? I gotta gain lose 4 more pounds. Ah. I'll probably die before I can lose those runes before I can do it, but oh well. Not that important. I should be okay. Alright, well I got the grace. Now we're gonna go fight Neon away a ninja never actually would. So this is probably gonna be rough. And here is the shiny, it's the Shotel that sucks. Or at least everyone says it sucks. I'm not sure, I've never actually used it. Any kind of the cutlasses. But I will, and I do the ninja build, or not the ninja build, the pirate build. When I do the pirate build, they do use cutlasses. So I will be using one, well not that, not the Shotel specifically, but something like it. Oh god, I am so used to doing that now. Uh-oh. Where's my... Eh? Where's my, oh, something's missing. I know people don't want me to use it. Oh, right, there, I had it, I know people don't want me to use the ninja, like the mimic tier, but it was historically accurate. Ninjas always had help. Oh, this is a bad start. Damn. Okay, now we're started. Now we are... Fine, so he can take care of them, because I think this goes... How'd you miss? This is not going well. Is he already dead? Oh, putz. Alright, it's quicker, honestly, to just take it. It just reduces HP until they run away. Or they despawn. And no, it wasn't accurate. Oh, see, there's what I mean. Okay, so it wasn't accurate. Shoot. So no, it wasn't accurate for ninjas to be bleeding the heck out of people, but what can I say? It's an innate property of the claws. This should just finish him. Don't screw around with the poisons. Do what you can. No. Alright, that should have went better. Frankly, but I completely messed up there at the beginning. But it's not helping I don't have a light load. You know, I should give Tish a run. I haven't used her yet this whole run. She might be better suited to this because she's more bouncy. But this isn't really like going horribly. He just keeps. Where is she? Where are you, Tishi? Tishi. There you are. So this isn't going really badly. Just, well, the first fight was like I forgot everything, and then in the second one I just just missed some dodges. I gotta get used to the dodging this. The dodging in like I play any game with a different dodge system, and even just a couple nights ago, and I get thrown off in any other game I'm playing. Like in most shooters, I get used to one shooter, and even if it's just like a couple days or two, I'm completely thrown off the next time I play a game I'm familiar with. What? Why can't I summon her? Why can't I summon her? I do have enough. Shit. I do have enough mine to summon her. God damn it. And there goes 100k souls. Not who gives a shit. Don't really need them. Why could I not cast? Why could I not summon Tish? 126. 132? It was 126. The last time I looked. Fine, I'll get something that increases my mind. There, now I look like an idiot with a big hat. Okay, now that's a little too much. See if I can find something else a little less. Okay, well, what about one of these? I gotta keep the immunity because, unfortunately, that's just part of the build. Damage taken. Where's just the mind one? Wasn't there a mind one? I could have sworn there was something that just increases mind a bit. That'll be fine with a little bit mind. Let's get rid of this stupid hat. Now do I have enough? Okay, try that again. Don't fight the people behind me, stupid. She's fighting the people behind me. Oh, God. Stupid idiot. Frickin' moron fighting the person behind me through the wall instead of focusing on the real targets. Ninjas just aren't built for fighting warriors with two swords in either hand, especially these bastards. With their crazy hit attacks and everything. Honestly, I find these areas harder than the actual DLC. She's doing it again. Oh. What the fuck, man? This is so stupid, and I'm not used to using lightly armored. And when I use lightly armored characters, they have better roll. Okay, Tisha's been an absolute shit stain so far. Finally, you're doing something worthwhile. But they're focusing on me instead. Like, what the hell? I'm gonna have to actually deal with this myself, aren't I? Well, I wasn't attacking for some reason. Oh, it's two-handing the bow. Of course it's two-handing the bow. Even though I didn't actually select any button to two-hand the bow, but sure, why not? Why do these buttons don't work on stream? And of course the stupid poise crap. I'm not used to using characters with low poise. Of course this ends up taking all night, this one stupid idiot. I was doing better with the damn Mimic Tier, and the Mimic Tier wasn't doing anything either, really. Why am I using the bow? Okay, now you're being worthwhile. What made you change your mind, you moron? Jesus. What the hell? What the hell is going on here? You want something done right, you do it yourself. God damn it. Teach, you worthless piece of crap. Even once you finally did something right and went for the guards, you still just end up getting killed anyway. Get out of here, Tish. What a waste of grave blooms. What a waste. Wasted so much time on her. Wasted so much time on that fight because of her. Sure, the first few times I had to get back in the groove of things here, but she just made it so much worse. At least the stupid mimic tier was actually drawing their attention away. But hey, historically accurate. Historically accurate ninja. That's historically accurate. They did not fight groups of enemies like that. It did not work against these claws and this little knife or little sword and throwing daggers against big armored brutes like that. Nope. They did not do that stuff. They waited for them to get out of their armor. Okay, so now the question is, we go to the ice fields next, or do we go to Farum Azula next? Honestly, I find the ice fields bosses easier than anything in Farum Azula, or other way around. I find everything for Azula onwards easier than anything from the ice fields, frankly. So I would ask for a vote, but I don't think anyone's watching. Nope, not a single person. Yeah, I'm just gonna go fight the giant then, because I'd rather fight the giant. Actually, there's no real difference. If I had a grace right next to the giant, I just go to him. But it turns out I do not have a grace right next to the giant, so it makes no difference. Now this is going to suck a bit, because this dragon appears in front of you no matter where you are on the on the lake. So I'm just going to have to get by him. Whoops. Didn't mean to run right into him. No, I'm not fighting a dragon as a ninja. Oh crap, I'm turned around, aren't I? Thought I was doing good by staying close to the rock walls. Oh no, it worked. Shoot. Lobster snipers. There you are. So. No. We will not play. You are not a giant. And I'm trying to be historically accurate as much as possible. And the historically accurate ninja did not battle a group of crazy zealots. They would sneak by. Or in my case, just run through. Because they're... I mean, I guess the sneaky approach would be you go around the back of the castle, and that would work. That would totally work. But it's much quicker to just run through. Okay, now we get going further up the mountain. Watch the wildlife work. They seem to be having fun. Oh, crap. I don't care about this guy. Come on. Stop attacking me off screen, you ass. You're kidding me. He just went around the back. Jeez. Is the stupid bird gone yet? The bird's at least gone. Alright, let's take care of the damn giant. I'm guessing the giant can't be poisoned. No, I will not talk to Melina. I don't give a crap. Alright, let's see if I can spend these runes first. I don't want to lose a whole bunch again. Still have medium load. Crap. But I'm getting closer. Okay, I am literally like 0.7 points before I'm at a medium load. Or at a light load. The next level I can get from being a giant, possibly, well, should do it. So now I really want to get rid of him. I haven't fought the giant much, though, so I don't know how this is going to go. This should be okay, actually. I'm a small target. I don't think poison is going to work, so I'm not going to bother. Let's see. What, really? Oh, I still have the stupid sword seal on. Alright, I gotta get rid of that stupid thing. That is not gonna help me much. Because otherwise that was going just fine. Before anyone asks, how would ninjas fare against giants? I don't know. They don't exist, people. I have no idea. But I guarantee you they'd have more than a few ninjas on hand. There wouldn't just be one working alone. I don't think he can be poisoned. Oh, yes he is. He's poisoned. Two. Yes, I know that's not the right place to hit him, but I don't have much reach with these claws. Didn't matter anyway because the bleed just ripped off all that HP regardless. So, yay! Bleed still does its percentage-based damage, even if you're hitting a very highly armored zone. How about that? Now let's get a light load, shall we? And And then I can start putting points in the stats I actually need. Am I light? Ooh, looks light. Looks light. Those look like fast rolls. No, it's just my imagination. Oh, come on. 0.4 points. I'm still too high by 0.4 points. I ain't waiting. No way. I am going to get that light load. What do I got? What do I got? I'm getting that light load, man. I've had enough of this. Enemies are actually starting to get tough enough. I need to not be hit. Why can't I just wear lighter clothes? Because there aren't any other ninja-like clothes out there. And actually, those land of reed things that people like to equip, they're heavier. And I'm not sure of anything I can wear in the chest slot that's ninja. I haven't seen anything yet that I think is ninja enough. And I do need a better hood, but, well, whatever. Actually, I think all the other ones are heavier than this one. But that's okay, I'm almost there. That'll do it. Should just use those in the first place. Yay, now I got a shit ton of stamina I don't need. But you know what, ninjas were very athletic, so this is accurate. Well, that looks better. Finally, light load. Okay, now I can start putting stuff into more useful stats that I actually need. Good, we're done.
I have long this world and death. Are you prepared to commit? Very let my
Okay. Now, what do we got? We got Dragon Lord and Doggy. Which honestly I think will be easier to beat than anything in the Howling Tree area. Certainly easier than Millennia. I have no idea how well this will do. This actually might not too badly against Millennia. I wonder if I should do her before doing the DLC. Because honestly, I put her and Radon together. And whenever I do any sort of order, boss order. Because those two give me the most trouble in general. Okay. There's actually a chance to play sneaky. Not so much for that. Honestly, breaking that pot should have really done something, but... Oop. What can I say? I don't really like stealth games. There's a reason I don't play them. That was a mistake. I guess I'm still a little off from playing Neo. Okay, so I'm going to just be running through here. I know that's not exciting, but what can I say? I don't want to play through everything then fight through everything, and plus it's historically accurate anyway. The ninja would not fight their way through everything. They'd just get through as quickly and efficiently as possible. In terms of how they would sneak around the place, I don't know. It's a floating city. So we'll just say they would sneak by everyone, and doing it this way would be how they would do it. So at least I'm being accurate here. So anyone can complain and say, no, you're just running by everything. Yeah, well, that's what they would do. That would be historically accurate. Ooh, shiny. Oh, the stupid... Oh, right, the Godskin duo. Oh, my. Without sleep pots, they can be rough. Ha 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 ha. Then, unfortunately, that would be magic. I've ruled that they are magical. In nature, so... Oh boy. I forgot about those two. I consider the magic sleeping enchantment to be a magic, and they wouldn't I'm gonna have to fight them legit, aren't I? Bugger. And I can't, and it's not worth poisoning them. Actually, honestly, not poison them makes it simpler. The question is, do I need to try to use Tish, or... Actually, no, she was worthless. But then again, she won't be getting distracted. So it shouldn't make a difference. Honestly, I think between the two of them, it wouldn't be all that big a difference. The Mimic Tier will do more damage. The Mimic Tier will do more damage, but Tish, I think, will be more agile. I got to think about that one. Honestly, the whole setup of this place works really well with ninja stuff. Ninja parkour and running around. And there's room to actually play sneaky. Whoop. Unfortunately, I'm just not good at playing sneaky, so... Sorry, folks, if you want to see someone to actually be a sneaky ninja type, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. I'm just getting the gear element of the equation correct. Don't spawn, 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 don't spawn. Yay, they didn't spawn. My god, I haven't done these two legit without using sleep pots or sleep of any kind since the first time I played the game, and I got absolutely... It was not a good time. On the other hand, I don't have to think about poison, because there's no point poisoning these guys. Right, I'm just going to focus on... So I don't need to play the knife and poison card. I can just use the claws this time. Okay, this should go easier now that they'll be spawning one at a time. Now where do they spawn? Where do they spawn? Where do they spawn? Nope, just need one more hit. One more hit. There we go. Okay. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Certainly way better than the first time I fought them. I think it took me like 2 days. And I don't need to be putting stuff into endurance anymore. Now I gotta get my mind 1 point low. Alright. Now I gotta get my mind high enough to summon Tish, because I know she sucked, but... Oh, I didn't need to do that. Psst. Oi, silly me. Could just use this Grace. It makes you wonder why even... They know they have a Grace that are literally right beside each other like this. Why even bother with the second one? Whatever. Oh damn, this dungeon's big. Now I know this is normally the part where I fight... The ninja fights the knight, but... I don't want to fight that knight. They are much stronger than your average knight. And ninjas really aren't built for fighting knight people. That's why they developed their techniques the way they did. They did not want to fight armored knights. Or samurais more specifically, so we will not be... we avoid the knights. This is historically accurate, to avoid the knights. And to run away from birds and lightning bolts. Should've. No, leave me alone, dragon. Ninjas definitely did not fight dragons because they didn't exist. Well, they never existed. So I don't have to fight you because it's not it's not historically possible to fight a dragon. Well, it's not historically possible to fight anything in Elden Ring, really, but... If I'm going to fight a dragon, I'm going to fight the ones that really matter. Oh, this is going to be fun. You know what? I'm going to kill you so I don't have to shoot. That was a mistake. I want to deal with lightning bolts. Okay, why do you keep hitting me? Okay, no more lightning bolts. I don't have to worry about lightning bolts when I'm crossing this. Not taking any risks. I'm just getting out of here. There's too much crap in this next room. Where's the big guy? Where's the big guy? There's the big guy. I need to get to my next target. I don't have time to mess with you. Whew, my target awaits. Now the question is, doggy or dragon? Doggy or dragon? Ooh, I have to go back the other way to fight dragon. Nuts. Doggy or dragon? Honestly, I think the dragon will be easier than the doggy. And I gotta kill this damn knight. Now, normally, I don't kill the knights. Well, I mean, we kill the knights. That's what the ninjas did. They want to kill the knights, but they didn't fight them on their own terms. But this little bugger is in the way. So he has to go. And you don't want to be fighting him every time you want to run back this way, so I got to take care of him. I'm not going to be able to have help on this one, am I? Okay. Let's get him poisoned. You poisoned yet? You poisoned yet? You're poisoned. Okay. Okay, this is going to suck. Oh, I'm so glad I spent the extra runes to get the lighter load, because that, yeah. Now I'm finally fighting with a light load. Yes, this is the way the ninja's supposed to be. They're supposed to be bouncy and quick and agile. Although I'm still playing a little too reckless. I'm just too used to playing just quickly slashing through bosses. So I gotta adjust. Okay, now we're gonna do dragon, because even though, well, I could just obviously warp back, but I don't like, yeah, I'm gonna get some rune. I want to get the next level. I don't want to lose these runes. Because once you beat Malakath, you're going to send you to the to this ruined city, whatever, and I just don't feel like making the trip. What else do I need? What else do I need? I'm not buying anything, so who cares if I blow all these runes? How much do I need? I need 20,000. 20,000 rune boys. 2 heroes. 2 dead heroes. Ah, my souls! That's 2 heroes that are about to have their souls committed to whatever this is. Let's see what would actually happen to them. I get some points there. Well, honestly, I get more out of increasing strength at the moment. And HP, nah, HP's no point increasing that at the moment. Alright, now I can summon Tish. Now, now the question is Tish or... or Mimic. Mimic can certainly do damage, but Tish has that debuff. That can be really handy. And I don't have to worry about her attacking walls this time. Alright, we'll give her a shot, but I'm pretty sure the Mimic here will do more damage overall. Okay, I always mess up this jump the first time. Okay, where is it? 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 There it is. Eek. Oof. Let's give Tish the first shot. Where is she? And I reserve the right to blow my critical hit spot for anything else, because honestly, I don't really... I know Assassin not having Assassin's based spear, but I mean... Ninjas weren't really about assassination stabs, they were about poisoning. So the poison is more valuable, so I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna need some lightning here. Lightning, where is it? There's it. I'm on it. No. There. Just need to be safe. I have not fought this guy very often, so I'm not too used to him. Again, if you've seen any other streams by now, you'll notice that you'll realize I haven't actually played Elden Ring that much, so I don't actually know all the bosses that well. Only just recently I've started playing the game. I gotta wait till I'm closer before I summon her, because she might just stand here waiting for something to happen. Wait, she didn't summon, did she? Oh, that debuff. Let's get you poisoned. Let's see if you can be poisoned. Oh, oh, oh. Can you be poisoned? Oh, right, dragon. The dragon grease counts as a poison. I don't think he can be poisoned. Nope. I'm gonna switch to claws. Come on, cut the tail off, cut the tail off. Yeah, I know there's no tail cutting. Why did they stop doing that? That was great. Okay, where are you, you bugger? Oh, right, you showed me. Bugger. That's literally the first time I've ever been hit by that move. One-shotted, holy cow. Okay, that was a first. I haven't fought him that often, but still, I've never been hit by that move. Okay, now we know poison's pointless. Tisha's perfectly okay. What are we gonna do? So grease, this is not gonna work. But we can use Dragon Wound greases count. I mean, I really don't need it, but you know, it's for the build. Okay, round 2. That should not have ended the way it did, as it was. I just lost sight. He reappeared way quicker than I remember. Usually I think I have more time to identify him. Or I could just use Bloodhound Step. I keep forgetting to use those abilities. Because for this build, instead of having any sort of special abilities, I'm just using evasive maneuvers, because that's really the only way to approximate the ninja agility, because it's not like I can run up walls in this game. Damn it, they're hitting me, trying to hit Tish. Somehow you still managed to screw everything up, Tish. Holy cow, the range of that. I haven't even attacked him yet. Why are you... Well, I barely attacked him. Why do you keep attacking me? Okay, where are you? Yes, keep attacking her, not me. Her, not me. Her. You don't like her. Every time you get hit, it's actually her. It's not me. I am just here for more support. That was the first time I used Bloodhound Step properly. Oh, she's almost dead. Just get in there. No, you... much for Bloodhound Step being useful. He was doing more ninja tricks than I do. Disappearing into mists and all that. That's more ninja-like than anything I've been doing. Fortunately, ninjas don't have, or at least Elden Ring doesn't have any sort of like smoke bombs or anything like that. They did in Neo 3. It does actually have smoke bombs in Neo 3. I mean, I saw it in the inventory, I just didn't bother using it because I think it's more of a PvP thing. Yeah, so not only do I not have to worry about piling things into endurance and mind anymore, now I can start focus on actual damage increases. I'm getting more damage out of strength at this point. I'm gonna have to start switching to quality, I think. Oh, I'm already quality, okay. I mean, at this point, the damage differences aren't large enough to really bother trying to go one way or the other, so I'll just stay with quality. Okay, doggy now. Now we do doggy. Where is... Now this, I think I'm going to need the tier. Well, first we're going to do... I mean, I'm really not getting any value out of this dagger talisman, but it's more build accurate than anything else, so I gotta use it until I definitely cannot use it. Now I think doggy's going to be tricky. Now I should have the speed to evade his attacks. It's the reach that's going to be a problem, and with him, I don't think I'll have time to try to apply poison. Well, no. Well, unless I. Whoops! No. Crap! I need those. Now I can by applying it to the claws. This is not going to work, so it's not like him. So nobody complain. Nice big shot on the blood. Crap. way better than I was expecting. I thought the lack of reach would be a real problem, but no. Turns out my speed, the agility, and actually Bloodhound, while I'm remembering to use Bloodhound Fang, or Bloodhound Step, was actually handy there. So now should I focus on doing Howling Tree stuff? Honestly, I find them harder than any of the next few bosses. I'm not looking forward to Radical. I mean, he's not that hard, really, but I should really use Tish. It kind of feels appropriate to use her there. Yeah, I think I'll just take care of these. I mean, they're right there. Shouldn't take too long, and then I can do Howling Tree stuff. I don't want to do Estelle. I mean, I know I skipped him earlier, but there's another one in that mine there, and he's really not a ninja type target. But I've already sort of skipped Rickard, and I'm not going to fight Rickard because he's way too far out of the way, and you have to use the spear. Well, you don't have to use the spear to beat him. If I'm not using the spear to beat him, I have to stand there in the lava, slashing with the claws, and the ninja wouldn't use magical. It's the whole setup is off, and plus it's convenient for me to say not historically accurate enough. Sorry, very convenient. Gets me out of doing it. So I guess if I'm skipping Rickard, then I shouldn't also skip Estelle because there's one right there in the snowfield area. So yeah, I guess I'll have to do them. If I'm skipping one major remembrance, because I don't remember, this is not a challenge, this is a build. I don't have to fight everyone. That's not the point of the build. The point is just, oh right. Okay, I definitely don't not want to die to him on stream, so I'm not going to screw around here.
What a sad state of affairs. I commend your strength to us. She'll take the throne. Reckon has our hopes for us. Continue to struggle. On to eternity.
Phew! I know everyone thinks he's really stupid easy, but if you beat enough bosses and you give him a chance to actually start just casting spells, he's actually a real pain in the butt. Because he can cast spells really fast. And if you fight the right bosses, he eventually gets some spells that blow up. Like if you get close to him, they blow up. And frankly, they are... Once he gets set up to start using the ring spells and the one where they blow up, if you keep attacking him, and these can actually one-shot you. He can actually be a real pain in the ass. Everyone thinks he's really easy, but no, one-on-one, if you don't do that first attack from behind like that, he can actually be a pain in the butt. Now for the very penultimate target, the kind of target the ninjas would not fight straight up. They would poison. So this will be interesting. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. I'm pretty quick and I'm pretty light. I should really use a boiled crab, but I'm trying to avoid using those. That shouldn't be too bad. I'm not sure. I haven't actually fought these final bosses very often. So I'm not used to fighting them. And I honestly don't think I've fought Godfrey yet. With any kind of light setup. I think it's been the all shield run, the sword and board only run, and actually I think that's about it. That's the only, like, on stream stuff, that's all I've bought. Otherwise I did some, my first run through the game was just basically, honestly not all that different from this sword and shield run, really. Actually it was the sword and shield run, it's just I only started recording this for the DLC. So before then... So yeah, sword and board, that's all I ever fought him with. And he was a colossal pain in the butt with the shield. Because he just goes right through the shield. So... I should have some more... Wait, I'm not getting any bonus damage anymore from using the... Okay, looks like I gotta go dexterity for the next little while. And I'm gonna use Tish because it is appropriate. You want a black knife, you want to kill a god, you get a black knife. Should I bother even using my... Well, I don't need to use the sword if I can just poison him normally. What do I got here? I haven't really needed to use any of my... I mean, the whole point of me re-speccing, because originally I had to set up so that I was like all bleed and poison innate with the arcane scaling and all that stuff, and it was actually really, really powerful. Like, shockingly powerful. I mean everyone always knows this with claws and all that, but, you know, I felt like it was too... It was pushing too into supernatural territory. It was a little too historically inaccurate, so I went back to just strength and quality and all that stuff, and I apply the poisons to my blade, because that's the ninja experience. So you apply the poisons to your blade. But I haven't really needed to do it. Just throwing poop seems to work best. Ooh, I'm out of poop. Or even the arrows. I am out of poop. If you do not know this game, that would probably sound like a very funny thing to say. Alright, got my poop back. Come on, Tish, do your black knifing. Okay, now for the fun part. But I'm pretty quick on my feet, so this should be okay. Apparently, Bloodhound's step does not stop that attack. Great, now I gotta fight him one-on-one. And Bloodhound Step is clearly not going to work. So apparently he just ignores Bloodhound Step. Now that I know that, I should have more. I should have a better chance. I should be able to beat him next time, because I was actually trying to be cute with Bloodhound Step. I don't think Tish made any difference. Or at least she didn't use her. I didn't notice the was it the black knife effect? Didn't seem to do anything. And that fight went by so quickly, there didn't seem much point in using the poisons. Actually, it took too long to apply. Or I'm not even sure if it even applied at all. Here, I need you to survive into the next phase. That's not what I meant. Okay, so much for dodge rolling, even doing anything. I told you I haven't fought this guy very often. This is like maybe the third time. I honestly have a feeling Millennia is going to be easier than him. But this shouldn't take as long as doing Neil. Mimic Tier didn't do much. He was just getting his butt kicked. Might have to use a crab here. So basically it just boiled down to not messing around. Because I was throwing the knives at that one point during the last fight. But no, the smarter thing to do was just to attack him while his back was turned. You know, to save Mimic Tear from getting wailed on. So he had HP for the next phase. That's it. That's really what it boiled down to. But no, I don't think I'd want to fight him straight up with this build. And a ninja wouldn't. So, historically accurate, the ninja would actually just poison him. Which is actually what the Black Knives did, isn't it? That was their actual strategy, which is just poison them from behind, right? Or not from behind, but... well, you know what I mean. They just poisoned them. So they had the right idea. That said, I don't think poison was even working. I don't think it's even going to do jack gall against Radagon. Now, I'm not going to mess around here. I am putting on the holy damage. I reserve the right to switch things out a bit. Because aside from the poison resistance, everything else here is really just kind of extra. I am going to avoid using the shield talisman though, well, aside from the fact that it'll make me too heavy. Actually doesn't add any weight whatsoever. I should really add it. Well, let's just see how it goes first. And should I bother with Tish again? Nah, I'll give her another shot. She can move a lot faster than Tyr, which is going to make more difference against the Elden Beast. But now we know her abilities don't really work against... how much poop do I got? Do I have poop? I got poop. The knives are worthless. I doubt he can be poisoned. Let's see how it goes. He's who I need to kill quickly. The Elden Beast is easy. Black Knives have come for you, Radagon. She's doing a good job. Thanks, Tish. You did a lot of the heavy lifting there. Really, I don't need much, though, to kill the Elden Beast. Even one healing potion should be enough. Where are you, you little bugger? Took out Tish. I'm impressed. Oh, come on. That should be okay. I'm not fighting him again. I don't care. Good enough. Got really close. Did really easily. The only thing I got messed up on was I didn't realize that for some strange reason Torrent can't jump over low-flying holy crescents even though he clears it by a good 10 feet. Apparently that doesn't count. So, as far as I'm concerned, that little tiny amount of life bar, whatever, he was dead. There was just some cheap, stupid shit going on there. He was dead. He would have gone down. Torrent should have been able to clear those bolts, no problem. I'm considering that a win, I don't care. He would have gone down, no prob. So he's done. I'm not going to do any of that again. Anyway, let's get the rest of the Howling Tree pieces. I don't need to prove anything against that boss. Everything was going just perfectly fine, just so I go over it. Anyway, let's get this back to normal. Now this cave is here somewhere. Oh, right, I'm going about this the wrong way. No. I got to... Oh, wait, do I even have any that... Shoot, I gotta go there in person. I don't have any graces in the Albinard village yet. Wait, where's this entrance to this village again? Okay, I gotta go back here. I don't need the grace. I ain't coming back here.
dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me.
Holy cow, that guy has a lot of HP. Just want to make sure he doesn't actually kill him. Because he can.
Well, we're finished. The curse, I beg you. You must keep... And if you should meet the young Albert, then please...
And that's it. I am done. I don't need to get Latenna. I already have Latenna. So I'm good. I'm covered. Every time I think of that point of this quest, I keep thinking you don't get it until after you save Latenna. But that's not true. He gives it to you. Okay, now I got to run through this little dungeon area. It will be quick. And then what do we do? Should I do Moog first? I would like to be done all this in the next hour, but there's no way I'm going to beat Millennia in... Probably take an hour just to Millennia. But I shouldn't really say that. Since she doesn't do well with pressure. You get a lot of attacks on her, and she can be stun locked. No, don't you send me back. That's a long run back. Actually, no, wait, there's a stake. There's a stake back there. I shouldn't be so worried. Okay, so this next part is really not the difficult part. The difficult part is if I have to go for Moog and I have to do Estelle because I'm skipping Rickard. So it's only fair that I don't skip too many bosses because I skipped Estelle. And as I said, if they're in my... Oh, has this Grace always been here? No. You're kidding me. There's a Grace there all this time? Wow. I never knew. Crap. Absolute crap. I have no idea that Grace was there this whole time. What the... I can't see where I'm going. Oh, good. Wait, there's a cliff here. Wait, it's a short drop. Just need to get to the magic town. That's all I need. Phew. Now I just have to get there without dealing with all the wolves and the archers. They'll chase you forever in this stupid town. Crap. And this Grace is stupidly hard to spot. If you haven't memorized where it is. I made it a point to memorize where it is, though, the last few times I was here. Although I could have sworn this Grace was further outside the town. Now, I think I should take care of Moog and Estelle first, because once you clear this area, you get thrown into the Howling Tree. Actually, I should do Estelle first, period, because he doesn't take you to any secondary areas. He is... What the... Why am I pull out of the map? Oh. Let me go into the map. I need to mark it. Stupid bugger. Let me go into the map. There. Oh, apparently I have some oh, right. In the Elden Beast ring, I have my unclaimed runes. I don't care. Actually, I think this almost looks like I'm close to where the mode portal is, but I'm pretty sure it's a little further northward. Like north of this area. Actually, I think it's almost like just around this bend. Nah, probably not. I have no idea how this is going to go. I mean, dodging-wise, it should be fine, but... at this point, my throwing knives are pretty much worthless. And he's another boss that's hard to reach. But on the bright side, I feel able to get through this dungeon really fast. Wait a second, I think there's a key I need to get first. I don't need any minerals, finding items. I've already maxed out all the weapons I'm going to use. Bye! Oop. Ooh. Ninja! Most ninja thing I've done yet. Okay, well, Tish, you're equipped, so you're going in. No poison? Okay. And that looks like poison is not going to work here. Gotta stop screwing around here. I'm fine. What? What the heck? Mom, I still had HP left. Okay. Fine. Although, unlike the Radagon and them, this is not a long fight, or not a long run, so I'm gonna have to do it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that was just cheap. But, well, okay, I was screwing around a lot in that fight. But not this time. Now we know poison's pretty much worthless, so... Right, I completely forgot. Locking on was not a good idea. That was throwing me off. So yeah, if I just had not locked on, that would have been easier. But so despite fighting him in this area, he was still taking a lot of damage quickly. So fighting him after Ronnie's stuff would have been... You know what? I'm not so sure. Does he have a higher HP after Ronnie's quest, or is this version? Because this is a much later game area, so he should have more HP and be tougher here, but he really didn't. I need that grace. Well, whatever, I got him. Not officially a remembrance, but I'm not going to go through all of Ronnie's quest just to fight one boss, when there's a perfectly good version and theoretically more powerful version right here in this area. And you know my thoughts on Rykard already. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of tough bosses for me to suffer through. Actually, you're starting to see a good number of them just now, and I've still got Mage, who I don't think can be poisoned, or, well, he can be bloodied, but, Mage will be fun, man. I think ninjas just wouldn't fight him at all. Okay, now I'm pretty sure it's over here, not down here. Okay, so the last time I did this, I was up on over a ledge. I was overlooking a ledge that sort of looked down upon. Well, not looked down upon. It was just sort of off to the side, and some giant up here whacked me, and I fell down to the ledge. And I was like, I had like no healing items or anything left. I think it was a bear now that I think about it. And there's the NPC there, and he's hits pretty hard. And I was like, oh man, I got no healing items. What am I going to do? So I basically just stood there on the ledge trying to snipe him from far away. It did not work. Okay, no bear. Is there a bear? This will be an easier place to fight than anywhere else. Okay, this will be better. Where is he? There's the bear. There you are. I should have arrowed him. Gotta watch the bleed. Just gotta watch my bleed. Now, I forgot to get the white mask the last time I went through here, which is important for other builds. Now, unfortunately, the white mask is totally not what a ninja would wear. I mean, unless maybe they're Italian. You know, like an Assassin's Creed sort of Italian Renaissance period. That would look right for that kind of assassin, but not for a ninja assassin. And unfortunately, it really helped this build, but it's just not right for it. It's just not right for it. I didn't freeze, did I? Wait. Oh, I'm loaded in. Why the heck is it so... Does it always load in this dark? Where's that lantern? I normally have it at the side here, but I don't have room for... Huh. Okay. I guess I could equip the Blood Exaltation Talisman. I'm trying to avoid going too far out of my ninja build here. So I'm using the Assassin for the Dagger Talisman for now. Okay, how about I just get up to Moog for now, and then we'll go back to the Howling Tree. Because the only real issue there is, I mean, well, Loretta can be annoying. Really depends on the build, though. But for the most part, most of the issue with the healing tree will be it's just annoyances like the stupid bubble choir and running down through the tree without getting killed too many times, and then running through the fortress, and then stuff like that, more than like being beaten up by too much bosses. Now, Millennia, yeah, whoa. Okay, forget Millennia. Stupid skeletons. This won't take long. Well, I haven't seen any freezing on my screen yet. But then again, I didn't see any freezing on my screen last time. So I don't know if going and streaming in 30 frames makes any difference, but I know no one's gonna want to keep watching at 30 frames, so yeah, it's not a long time. But I was also doing Neo 3, which was a next-gen game. This is actually a last-gen version of Elden Ring. And I am hoping that, or I've noticed that by streaming this last-gen version of Elden Ring, it actually really, okay, maybe it's my imagination of whether the stream quality is better or not. Crap. Where's that damn lantern? There it is. Okay, but it's not in the same slot. Oh, there. Okay, well that was quick and easy. Now let's go back to here for Dina. Let's also get rid of these levels, these runes, so I don't have to worry about losing. Because there's a good chance I will be one-shotted while I'm running around this area. Just a little bit short. Good tip when you're doing this area, loot everything first. Don't do it after you start the whole event. Just loot the whole area first. Actually, speaking of ninja stuff, here's the black knife set, which I'm mostly using right now. Because it is, well, not that much of it actually, just the chest really, but as a Assassin's Guild, they're the closest thing to an actual ninja-like set compared to everything else. Also, you do not have to light every torch in one go, not anymore. Maybe it wasn't like that before, I don't know, but well, that's great. You don't have to do them all in one shot now, because I could have sworn having to do them before. So, let me see. So the way I do this, the way I got used to doing this was focusing on getting to this outer corner one first. Now if I was actually playing like a real ninja and having if I was playing like a ninja with all the like stealth spells and everything, this should work. and they won't detect me. But since I'm trying to avoid using any magic... Now technically this should work, sneaking around and all that stuff. But since I can't see them, I can't really tell if anything's working or not. So I like to start in this corner, because that particular black knife is usually easy to... Now, I also normally don't get spot by the archers until... I usually don't get spot by them, but I took a little bit of a direct route. Normally I don't do that. But if you start from over there and you don't go across the roofs at the beginning, the rooftops at the beginning, you won't spawn any archers. That was a mistake. This might be a problem here. That archer spawned. Okay, good. And now, so now all we have to do is get to there. So this one's the trickiest part, really. If you have a shield, this is not too bad. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I don't normally get this archer back here spawn, so I took a little of a bad route. But that's okay. The lights remain lit now, so I only have to worry about these two. And this time, I won't have that back archer spawned. So this should go more smoothly. Alright, normally I go straight through the center here. And then I head that way, because if you go this angle this way, they won't spawn until you get really close. Now there should be a black knife assassin spawn there, but because you stay on the fences like that, he won't catch up to you if you move quickly enough. Even in heavy armor, this is not too bad. Actually, probably preferable in heavy armor. Now, I don't think there's any way you can avoid spawning these two archers. How am I going to do this? Normally I have a shield. Okay, that's really all I have to worry about. Because the other one can't reach me from there. Oh, look, I'm a porcupine. And now, the last one is the simplest of all. Gotta be quick, because there's an assassin right there. He can hit you while you're doing this, but if it's your last candle, he's gone. Actually, I think they're she. Most of the Black Knights were girls, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, whatever. It's gone. There. No more dodging invisible knights or invisible assassins. Now I get to know how they feel. How my targets feel. Nah, I haven't been doing any ninjing. Okay, I am going to take a short break before continuing on here. I will be a minute or two, or a few minutes, I should say. AFK now. Okay, I'm back. Let's put this to bed, or at least get to Millennia, because I think this is getting late enough. And now I'm starting to think that the connection to the freezing may be connected to the time of night, which doesn't really sound like it should make sense, but I'm now thinking my router does automatic maintenance and refresh checks and all this stuff around this time of night, so that could explain it. But we shall see. I'm actually planning on doing tests to test that theory. Oh crap, these ants hit crazy hard. Honestly, this area is harder than the DLC in my opinion. Because these... Case in point. Because the DLC, enemies only hit crazy hard if you have like no Shadow Tree fragments. But once you get a few, even just a few Shadow Tree fragments, you're fine. It's not much more difficult than any other area of the regular game, or maybe on par with, I would say, some of these late game areas, but then once you get even more Shadow Tree Fragment, when you get a whole lot of them, then maybe only like the really last bosses really hit that hard. Most are just Radon, but in general, the area will be less damaging and tricky than this area. The Howling Tree area enemies hit harder than the than the DLC enemies do. Maybe equivalent without the Shadow Tree bolts, but go 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 go. But in general, I've noticed enemies on average will hit you harder in these areas. Like pretty much every enemy hits you for like more than half your HP on every hit, which is maybe only true in the DLC when you have no Shadow Tree fragments. So, but you can't get Shadow Tree fragments or Howling Tree fragments, we'll call them here. So, whoop! I need my count. Whoop! I was looking away just as he appeared. So yeah, this area will always be hard, whereas the DLC goes in easy mode. Well, I won't say easy mode, but you know, it gets much easier once you. Where are all these enemies? I don't remember seeing all these guys here before. Or whatever, we're just running through. Running through. Make the jump. I don't need any ancient stone tablet or fragments or whatever, because I have all my weapons fully equipped or fully upgraded. I think I'll use Tish for Loretta because she's got that ranged attack. For Millennia, I don't know, I'd use the Tear. Oh, so close. Oof, that was scary. That made every cheek I had clench. Gotta trigger the shortcut. Where'd you come from? Smooth. Well, okay, not entirely smooth. I died once, but still pretty quick. Oh crap, she's attacking the people from behind me again. Tish, come on. Thank you. poison worked again. Suddenly poison's worthless. Okay, well, whatever. She's down. She was not... She's really more of a... Not even really a roadblock, just a road speed bump on the road. She's not one of the types of enemies you guys are really waiting for. So let's get to the good stuff. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to need another stream to finish this off. I really wanted to get into doing Agrias. And the next... Oh! I'm almost one step too far. I really wanted to get into doing Agrias rather than Ninja. I suppose I don't really have to finish Ninja. I mean, he's not that exciting. If poisons aren't working, then I'm basically just a claw build without or just a gimped claw build. Well, I don't expect to beat... Nah, the DLC doesn't take that long when you're really trying to skip stuff. So... I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about Dancing Lions and Rolana. Hippo. Honestly, I can probably get the most of it. I'm not going to do like any... I don't have to do any catacombs because honestly the Death Knights are really easy to beat. Yes, I know, cowardly, but it's getting late and I want to at least get a couple fights in. I should be able to beat Moog. I really doubt I can beat Millennia. But you never know sometimes with her. Sometimes you get a real pokey build. You get some characters who can really do a lot of attacks quickly. It can really throw her off. I should really be sneaking through this. This guy, I'm actually built for sneaking with this character. This would actually work around here. There's a lot of room for sneaking and getting around enemies in this. You know what? I want to go over the roof. I do not want to go through the stupid tree and the soldiers. I can go get around behind them if I go this way. Oh wait, do I have Millicent's prosthesis? I think they stack. Did I not get it this time? Did I forget to get it? No, there it is. Well, I haven't triggered... Oh, the light load. My light load goes away. What are we talking about here? 0.5 points? Well, I do kind of like the even numbers, so I get endurance to even 50, but... oh well. I think there was something else, though. Where's the winged sword insignia? Right, you can't... Okay, can't, yeah, you can't wear the two of them together. Okay. Okay, almost there. So, but I think I'll do Moog first, because I think I should be able to beat him. Millennia, I don't think I will, because I never do that well against her. Well, I do with certain builds that are focused on speed and relentless attacks, and this build can pull that off. So maybe. But I'm also not using optim... What? What? I survived. Oh. Okay. Now can I get through the front door? Okay, got it. Because I don't want to get stuck, oh, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. I don't want to get stuck for like hours on this. So it's really not important that I beat her. And again, this is not a ninja thing. A ninja would not face her straight up. So if I can't beat her, then it's ninja accurate, we'll just say. But I have to beat Moog because DLC, so... Alright. I don't think I have enough runes to get 300, because now I gotta go up, I gotta gain another point of endurance for the stupid... No, not this time, not gonna work this time. What are some of those remembrances? I'm definitely not gonna be using a remembrance. Let's see. Ooh, this one might do it. Just 50,000? That all your soul's worth, Radon? $40,000 for Mesmer? You gotta be kidding me. Where's Radagon? Elden Ring, okay. That should do it. 50 again? Yeah. You guys are worth nothing. Hey, good. Now I have the option if I need it. But we're going to do Moog first. Because I actually need to beat him. Melania, though, it's not really important if I beat her. I mean, I'm sure you guys would love to see me suffer against her, but it's entirely unimportant. Now, the question is, Tish or... See, I would definitely use... Well, I mean, Mimic Tear is actually not that useful against Melania because it just gives her hits, right? So Tish might be more useful for her jumping. Well, we'll find out. We'll start with Tish first against Moog. I doubt he can be poisoned. My poison is suddenly not matched. See, that's why I'm been considering using the prosthesis, because it suddenly looks like I can't use poison against anything. But I don't want to use Blood Exaltation because, you know, now we're getting into supernatural crap, and that's not that's outside the scope of this build. So I'm trying to avoid, but just using talismans is okay. I mean, I'm already gimping myself. Oh, I completely forgot about the... Oh boy. Oh boy, I forgot about Neil. Damn it. I would have had him just fine. I forgot to do it. Okay, well, okay, this won't be a problem. But it doesn't look like poison is even worthwhile. It's okay, so if I don't have the option of poison... Nah, I'm going to avoid bringing in Blood Exaltation, because that's definitely doing it, especially when I did not have any real issue there. I was just forgetting to use a heal. watch him just poison to death. Yeah, that's how ninjas do it. You're already dead, Mode. You're already dead.
I can see it. As clear
Rest in peace,
the coming of our
my bloody prince. I guess poison does work, just takes way more effort. Oh, hey, Lita. Not yet, I'm afraid. We're gonna have to save it till next time. But we ain't over yet. The DLC, no, but a few more, one more shot, one more boss. Man, I don't even have to beat him, that's the best part. I don't have to beat her. We are going to use Scarf Moog. Or we're going to, how about we scarf his soul first? I ain't using any of his abilities. Nope. Okay, now for the final event of the evening. Millennia, with no special need or requirement to beat her. If we beat her, great. If not, I ain't gonna sweat a tear over it. Because it's actually, historically, it would be ninja accurate to not necessarily beat her. Okay, I'm going to try without switching anything out, but I am not going to kill myself over getting everything perfect here, so, because I absolutely do not expect to beat her, and I don't feel the need to. So, we're going to start, we'll start with Tish, because I think she'll do better, or I think she'll, have an easier time avoiding attacks. Let's see how it goes. Right, you do not spawn by the entrance, you spawn right in front of her face. Okay. I keep forgetting the first time you fight her, that's where you spawn. Fine, we'll do it this time. I'm so used to spawning back. Why am I... No. Cool. Nice. Don't need them, but nice. Shit, Tisha's only her. Was that the poison? Well, that actually went really well. Honestly, Tisha was doing all the work. Okay, that went so well, I'm going to try again. I just got thrown off at the end. You're not supposed to... You don't want to be locked onto her during that attack. What you want to do is... You want to unlock and run beneath her, and then she shoots over your head. If you just try and lock onto her, she'll just focus on you, and she'll hit you in different ways. But that went really well. Yes, locking to her corner is, I'm glad this happened, because I would have forgotten to mention it otherwise. If you get her stuck in a corner, you can stun lock her just through sheer attack, especially if you have another person with you, because she's so easily flinched that she can't even go into Waterfowl Dance. If you just keep hitting her and hitting her, she'll never get out. So yeah, see, that was a good showcase of that. me alone. Go after Tish. She's more damaging anyway. Actually, you know what? Go after me. It's actually better when she goes after me, because then Tish uses that attack against her with her back turned. Holy crap, does that thing do big damage. Why didn't... Wait, I don't think I used it against Scott. Whoa, I had no idea Tish was so powerful, honestly. Actually, he's more useful than my stupid Mimic tier.
Oh, dearest.
Wow.
My brother.
I actually beat her in a decent time frame. I can actually end this stream.
I finally
On a high note.
My match.
Especially around the time I noticed people were complaining I was getting freezes last time. Okay, yay! Now where's that grace? Oh, there's the grace. So, can a ninja beat Millennia? Ooh, now that I think about it, that might actually be against the rules because because of Tish's little poisons. You know what? You could argue that's against the rules. But at the same time, I wouldn't have... Poison doesn't seem to really... Okay, you know what? I think it would be against the rules, but I'm not fighting her again or redoing the game again. Or anything like that, just to prove otherwise, so... It's fine the way it is. But I won't be using Tish from now on because I did not know how powerful that ability is. I mean, I knew she had it, but I didn't think it was that strong. That could, like, reduce their max HP and does a massive chunk of dot damage on top of it. I did not know, because I have not actually played through the game normally yet. So I haven't actually seen all the abilities and the Spirit Ashes and all these things and seen how they work. This is all kind of new to me. So yeah. So I won't use her again. I'll say that much, because that ability is definitely very supernatural-ish. I'm trying to avoid that, but I didn't know. I was sort of thinking of it along the lines of poison that can actually work on these people, because it seems like regular poison doesn't often work, or they're too resistant to it, but unless it's really, really not working, it does seem to work eventually. But yeah, no, I won't use Tish anymore. I didn't expect her to be that strong and to be that dependent. I didn't know she had those abilities that could knock people off their feet like that. I never knew she had anything like that. I mean, I know the boss did, but... Well, anyway, I'm not replaying the whole game again just to get to her. She's beat. It could have been better, but that's okay. There are still some very tough bosses ahead. Way tougher than... Well, okay, I'm not going to say tougher than her. I think she's it's the second hardest boss in the game up next to Radon. But I'll have plenty of chances in the future to suffer against some really tough bosses. Mesmer is going to be a hell because he's so bouncy. I actually think he'll be harder than Radon, if only because Radon I can actually focus on attack. I'm so quick and fast, but with Mesmer he's just as fast. And now I'm not going to have Tish because she's definitely a magical girl. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Looks like I'm going to be doing another stream. Should I bother doing it? Well, next week, I don't know. I really want to do Agrius. And I would really prefer to have these whole things done in one weekend rather than, multiple weekends. Maybe I'll restrict the rest of this video or the rest of the stream to just a regular video. Because it's not like I have a huge audience anyway. I'll think about it. How about this? I'll consider doing it on Thursday. And then do... you know what? Agrius could still be for us to say. Well, I have to think about it. But anyway, until then, next up will either be finishing off this or Holy Knight Agrius. And I'm actually looking forward to Agrius. Because FFT is one of my favorite games of all time. And it's just so appropriate with the recent announcement of the remaster coming. Anyway, I hope to see you next weekend, whether I do Ninja again, or Agrius, or not. Hope you enjoyed all of it, and hope you enjoy it then. Good night.